What is up, YouTube? HPJ here. I'm coming to you guys today because we're going to be taking a look at another set of amazing archetypes coming in another deck building set. So if you guys have not been informed, if you've been living under a rock, the TCG has, OCG has just announced we're going to have another deck building set. So potentially the TCG will have it probably next year. And it's called the Amazing Defenders, and it's some pretty cool artwork, I have to say. I'm very excited by the artwork. I think I haven't been too excited about the artwork since maybe Genesis Impact, and I think the set after that, because I didn't really invest too much in deck building sets because a lot of the cards started to go up. I just like the reprints as I do. So, at this time of this recording, I just wanted to let you guys know that I just actually found out why our last deck building set has actually been delayed to August. And that is the, hold on, moving this to look just to see, the Tactical Masters, which, is not out yet. No, I think actually, I'm sorry, the Tactical Masters is the last one. No, that's it. That is them, the Tactical Masters, because it's going to include the Labyrinth, the Ruin, and the Labyrinth, Ruin, and the Valiant archetype, which is the Pendulum archetype that's based off of board games. The Ruin archetype, which is a bunch of more ritual monsters and ritual support. That's always needed. It's not. And then the Labyrinth archetype, which is surprisingly supposed to work well with the Archfiends, because they're all high-level fiend-type monsters that tend to do multitudes of things. So, yeah, it's like we had all this stuff, and it was supposed to come out actually this month, and then Konami delayed it in the TCG by, I want to say, a whole 2 months to push other products for BOCG and TCG. It's weird. But yeah, that's what's going on. And because of this, I know a lot of people are not happy about the change up. It is what it is. But we have something to look forward to maybe next year. And actually, at the time of this recording, remember, Grand Creators has been out for a while. So get your adventure stuff, get your Exorcist, or get your Punk on. And funny enough, it's a rare occasion where you actually see archetypes from, the 3-in-1 sets doing well, because the Grand Creators is having a lot of success at this moment. Punk is doing well. Of course, the adventure tokens are in the adventure series is a hot commodity. They just got Water Enchantress. She just got a ultimate rare in OTS 19. Unfortunately, the ultimate rares look very shitty now. So yeah, it is a thing. And what is it? The Exorcists. The Exorcists are everyone's waifu from the set, not mine. But they look pretty solid for a very decent enough Exceed deck. That does some really good plays, actually. They have a lot of special summoning attached to them. Because I've seen someone play it, and wow, that is a lot of special summoning. So with this one, I'm expecting a lot more. So we have our 3 archetypes in name. We're going to go scroll down through it now. So the first one is called the Race. It is R-ACE, and it is actually supposed to stand for Rescue Ace. So this archetype in connotation says a righteous ace monster that is bravely standing up. That bravely stands up to any and all threats. So from judging from this artwork, it looks like there might be a union-based archetype, or they might be heavily machine, because these are all machine parts. And it kind of reminds me of when they talked about the Infinity Track. The Infinity Tracks. I'm sorry, Infinity Track. No, the Infinity Track archetype, and how they were Exceed based. They had a really boss of a link monster that got other Exceed monsters who were used under Exceed summon, and it was pretty alright. But I don't know, there could be some potential here. We could see some potential stuff. I'm guessing water attribute machine type monsters, or maybe fire attribute machine type monsters, or maybe a combination of water and fire. Just off the basis of what this archetype looks like. So Yeah, I want to see exactly what shenanigans they're going to be playing around with. The next one is, of course, is this very furry dragon. This dragon actually, and I've said this, looks like Holy Dramon from Digimon. Like Konami just said, "Hey, can we see the homework? Yeah, but don't copy it." Okay, and this was the result. So in terms, this archetype is called the Puri, but I think in terms of how pronunciations are, they might be called the per the might be a play on the words pure and furry. So maybe it's called Puri, or probably in the TCG they'll probably call it the Purelease or the Fluffly Cure. Yeah, just, ideas and names. But this is going to be our Exceed archetype, and it says an Exceed monster that grows when it receives love. So, don't know how much you can stretch love, but maybe it's life point gain, or maybe it's more monsters being on the field and you interact with them, and they're just so happy to be summoned that they do additional effects. So it could be a lot of things. And when you talk about Exceed monsters, you have to think of all the possible things that goes with Exceeds. Because remember, Exceed monsters need you need at least 2 or more monsters to exceed, unless you're Zodiac. And in that case, Zodiac is, just one monster on top of one monster on top of one monster, and then you do all these shenanigans. So yeah, we're gonna see how interesting the Puri will be doing. And then the next one is, of course, our ritual archetype. So this is the Mikanko. The Mikanko is based off of several things in Japan. So first off, it is based off of the young maidens that served kami in Shinto. So they're probably priestesses. According to this here in the editor's notes, it says Mikan is the Japanese word for orange. It is considered through the artwork that originally showed oranges on her regalia, which is the wheels that she's holding. And I think parts of her outfit are also in the shade of oranges as well. That there is no zero evidence that this doesn't get localized to Purchassis, as the name itself literally means August and noble spirit medium. So basically a play on priestess and orange, and the fact that the priestesses wore their outfits to reflect that. Now the translation here says that a ritual monster that advanced through a mysterious dance. So they're probably going to be, different bases of dancing and dance-based, dance-based words, dance-based spells and traps and monsters to accumulate for this archetype. And since it's going to be a ritual-based archetype, 9 out of 10, they're going to survive that as well. Where it says, hey, this is what's going on, and this is the lineup of things that are going to be happening through dance. Fun fact about a dancing ritual archetype: if those who remember who played the Yu-Gi-Oh card game from a very, very early age of its arrival in the TCG, there is a ritual monster. Her name is called Performance of Swords, and she had her ritual spell Commitments of Dance, which was her ritual spell. She Performance of Swords herself was a level 6 Earth Attribute Warrior type monster, 1950 attack, 1850 defense. And she really didn't have an effect. It was just that in order to summon her, you must use the ritual spell. You can use the ritual spell, Commencement of Dance. Which basically says to summon Performance of Swords, you can tribute monsters on your field or in your hand whose level totals or exceeds the level of 6, because she's a level 6 monster. It's one of those old school Yu-Gi-Oh monsters that did a lot of things. And it'd be nice to see exactly, if they bring her back and maybe she can relate to this archetype. But I think because of her origin itself and how her look was, I don't think they would include her. But we may never know. This is Konami. They've brought older archetypes into new ones. and it's giving them a surplus of support and abilities to do things. So yeah, maybe we'll see some things later on for them, or maybe I don't know, maybe wind attribute and maybe combine them with the Shino birds. Anything's possible. So, with that said, you guys, my final thoughts on this, on the amazing Defenders, is I hope it does well. I hope it gets a lot of love, just like the Grand Creators. And I haven't really heard too much about the Tactical Masters, but I'm gonna pray for Tactical Masters. I'm gonna pray. But yeah, hopefully, things go well for this, and hopefully when TCG gets it, we will love it just as much as we've loved Grand Creators, and maybe there'll be some things in it that will definitely spark up to the levels of what Grand Creators sparked up, because if I'm not mistaken, the Water Enchantress of Adventure, she is the highest and most expensive adventure card for the things that she does. And I think the second is the spell card that helps brings out tokens and searches. So yeah, there are a lot of things that can potentially happen. So let me know in the comment section what you guys think about the Amazing Adventures, and do you think these archetypes will thrive just like some of the ones before them? We have our waifus, we have our machines, and we definitely will get our furries. So let me know all that in the comment section below. And with that said, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel, as it helps out tremendously. You can also hit the notification bell so you guys can be informed when I do upload more content to the channel. Also, hit me up on social media, as the links are in the description box below. And you guys can catch me on Twitch at twitch.tv/HarpiePlayerJoe, working on getting to affiliate, and we are so close I can taste it. So come on by, come watch the channel, come watch me stream. And till then, HPJ signed out. Take care.